Hi everyone and welcome. In Stealthy Wood's manufacturing process, one other element shouldn't be underestimated: the overall equipment effectiveness, also called OEE. It's known as the gold standard for measuring a company's manufacturing productivity. But why would I use OEE in an SME like Stealthy Wood? The reason is simple. OEE will help me identify the percentage of manufacturing time that is truly productive or not. By doing so, I'll gain important insight on how to improve my manufacturing process. More than that, it will help me identify losses and improve the productivity of my manufacturing equipment. Then OEE can make my operations more efficient and cost-effective. Here I can see that I need to do some improvement on the speed of my machines, so my OEE will increase and my overall efficiency too. With Odoo, I will use OEE to ensure existing equipment is used to the fullest, reducing the need for investment in other areas. And when it will come to a new product launch, it will deliver a significant return on investment. Now you understand why it's vital for me to keep an eye on the overall equipment effectiveness to unleash my company's true potential. So let's look at Stealthy Wood's database to see how I can use it. All right, so here I am on my database for my company, Stealthy Wood. Now I'm looking at the dashboard of my manufacturing application, which gives me an overview of my work centers. Now what's really cool with Odoo is that once I have used one of my work centers, I'm going to be able to see the OEE for that work center. Okay, so the overall equipment effectiveness. As you can see here, I've only used 2 of my work centers. All right, and I have some different information. Okay, so I see that my OEE for the finished products is 80%, but it's in green. That means that I'm within my OEE target. So I'm okay there. I'm good to go, even though it could always be better. All right, but for my semi-finished products, it's in red. That means I haven't reached that target. So I set that target when I configure my work centers. So let's go ahead and check that out right now. So if I go to Master Data, Work Centers, let's go to our semi-finished products work center, for example. Okay, I can set that target right here for OEE target. So right now I have it set to 90%, but of course I'm below that because my OEE is 87.50%. All right, so I need to go ahead and I want to go ahead and analyze what's happening here so I can become more efficient. So what we can do is we can click on our OEE report for the specific work center right here from the work center configuration, okay? Or we can do that from our dashboard as well, simply by clicking on the OEE button. All right, so I see here that 86% of my time is fully productive and 14% of the time I have reduced speed. So that's kind of an issue. So I can go ahead and analyze what's happening there and try to decrease this number and increase my fully productive time. Now, let's go back to our work center and check out that OEE target one more time. So of course, if I change this target, let's say instead of 90%, it's 80%, and save. Once I go back to my dashboard, that will no longer be in red, okay? Because I am within that target, okay? So I'm above my minimum target. All right, so that looks good. Let's go ahead and check out our OEE report for our finished product as well. Okay, so here I have some other factors. So as soon as something occurs within the work center that impacts the OEE, it will be reported here. Okay, it won't be reported until it has occurred. So as we saw on my other work center, I have fully productive time and also reduced speed, which for this report it's in red. But in this work center, I have a couple of other factors as well. Okay, so I have material availability. Okay, maybe I was waiting for some material to become available. Okay, I also have setup and adjustments. Okay, so I take everything into account. And of course, based on this information, I can be sure that I'm efficient and as effective as possible. Okay, we can also see some different kinds of information here. So of course, we can change our graph view. Okay, we can even look at our list view to have a different kind of detailed report. Okay, the pivot view, and here we are back on graph. And we can also group by different information as well, so you can really see all of the information that you need to see for your business. Now, you don't have to look at these reports just for the specific work center. You can look at a larger view by going to reporting, overall equipment effectiveness here. Okay, and again, you can filter and group the information however you would like. Okay, so let's say I want to group by user. Okay, and I can even check availability losses here. Okay, so I have all of the information I need. And again, you have the same views here that we saw for the specific work centers as well. So now we know how to find this information. Well, let's go ahead and launch a work order and see how the OEE can be impacted just by one work order, all right? So oops, I exited manufacturing, but let's go back to manufacturing. And I have one work order that's to launch here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now let's keep in mind that at the moment, my OEE is 80.85%. Okay, so let's go ahead and launch. All right, what I'm going to do is go to time tracking. Okay, and my expected duration is 15 minutes and 50 seconds at the moment. But of course, I'm not going to talk to you for that long. I won't bore you. So I'm going to go ahead and say 30 seconds. Okay, and the real duration hasn't started yet because, of course, I do need to click on the process button for the time to automatically start ticking. Okay, so Odoo will record how long it takes during the work order. So let's go ahead and save this. All right, so as long as I stay under 30 seconds, I'm going to have fully productive time, but let's see what happens when I go over that. All right, so let's go ahead and process. Okay, so here I am on my work order. Now, of course, there are other actions that your employees can do. So they can block the work order if they need to. They can scrap an item. They could also create a quality alert. And of course, Odoo records all of this information. Odoo records everything that happens in this operation. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and say that I'm over 30 seconds now. So we know that our expected duration was 30 seconds. So what will happen? Let's go ahead and pause this. And let's go back to our work center. Okay, so now it went from waiting to in progress, of course, because we did start it. Okay. And let's see, it's this one here. So our expected duration was 30 seconds, and the real duration was 34 seconds. So we see that we did have 30 seconds of fully productive time, but then we had 40 seconds that went over. So that was reduced, that's considered as reduced speed. Okay, so that is noted under the productivity field. So we did have some fully productive time and we also had reduced speed. All right, so let's go ahead and process this again. Let's finish this work order. Let's say, all right, I'm over 30 seconds, but I'm still pretty close. Anyway, we're done, we're good to go. Let's add our lot number and validate. Okay, so we're done. Let's mark as done and close the MO. And then let's go back to our work center. So our OEE has changed. It was 80%, but now it's 79.59%. That's what happens when we have reduced speed. So it took that into account. So let's go to our OEE. Okay, our reduced speed has grown here. All right. Of course, that's an issue because I want to be as efficient as possible during my manufacturing processes, but I'm really happy to know that this is automatically recorded because I can see what's happening, what's going wrong, where I need to improve. I have all of that information right here. So that's really great and really important for my company to be as effective and efficient as possible. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.